Universal primary education is the second United Nations Millennium Development Goal, is to achieve universal primary education. More specifically, to ensure that by 2015, children everywhere, boys and girls alike, will be able to complete a full course of primary schooling. Currently, there are more than 75 million children around the world of primary school age who are not in school. The majority of the children are in regions of sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia, and within these countries, girls are the greatest disadvantage in receiving access to education at the primary school age. Since the Millennium Development Goals were launched, many developing countries such as China, Chile, Cuba, Singapore, and Sri Lanka have successfully completed a campaign toward universal primary education. The goal of universal primary education is to ensure that by 2015 children everywhere, boys and girls alike, will be able to complete a full course of primary schooling. Net enrollment rate in primary education, proportion of pupils starting grade 1 who reach last grade of primary. Literacy rate of 15 to 24 years old, women and men. The progress on this goal. We have quick facts. Enrollment in primary education in developing regions reached 89% in 2008, up from 83% in 2000. The current pace of progress is insufficient to meet the target by 2015. About 69 million school-age children are not in school. Almost half of them, 31 million, are in sub-Saharan Africa, and more than a quarter, 18 million, are in Southern Asia. Where do we stand in universal primary education? Despite great stride in many countries, the target is unlikely to be met. Enrollment in primary education has continued to rise, reaching 89% in the developing world in 2008. Between 1999 and 2008, enrollment increased by 18 percentage points in sub-Saharan Africa, and by 11 and 8 percentage points in Southern Asia and Northern Africa, respectively. But the pace of progress is insufficient to ensure that by 2015, all girls and boys complete a full course of primary schooling. To achieve the goal by the target date, all children at official entry age for primary schooling would have had to be attending classes by 2009. Instead, in half of the sub-Saharan Africa country with available data, at least 1 in 4 children of enrollment age was not attending school in 2008. About 69 million school-age children were not going to school in 2008, down from 106 million children in 1999. Almost 3/4 of children out of school are in sub-Saharan Africa or Southern Asia. Dropout rate in sub-Saharan Africa remain high. Achieving universal primary education requires more than full enrollment. It also means ensuring that children continue to attend classes. In sub-Saharan Africa, more than 30% of primary school students drop out before reaching a final grade. Moreover, providing enough teacher and classroom is vital in order to meet demand, most notably in sub-Saharan Africa. It is estimated that double the current number of teachers would be needed in sub-Saharan Africa in order to meet the primary education target by 2015. What has worked in universal primary education? Abolishing school fees in Burundi, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Mozambique, Malawi, Nepal, and Tanzania. The abolition of school fees at primary school level has led to a surge in enrollment in a number of countries. In Tanzania, the enrollment ratio had doubled to 19.99% by 2008, compared to 1999 rates. In Ethiopia, net enrollment was 79% in 2008, an increase of 95% since 2000. But the surge in enrollment in developing regions has brought a new set of challenges in providing enough teachers and classrooms. Investing in teaching infrastructure and resources in Ghana, Nepal, and Tanzania. Ghana has recruited retirees and volunteers to meet teacher demand. Additional funds have also been allocated for the provision of temporary classrooms and teaching material. In Nepal, investment has ensured that more than 90% of students live within 30 minutes of their local school, and Tanzania has embarked on ambitious program of education reform, building 54,000 classrooms between 2002 and 2006, as well as hiring 18,000 additional teachers. Promoting education for girls in Botswana, Egypt, and Malawi. Egypt's Girls Education Initiative and Food for Education program encourage girls to attend school by providing free education and by constructing and promoting girls-friendly schools. By 2008, more than 1,000 schools were built and almost 28,000 students enrolled. In conjunction, the FFE program provides school meals to 84,000 children in poor and vulnerable communities. Botswana has reduced female dropout rates by half by implementing readmission policies. Malawi has been promoting girls' education in grade 1 to 4 by providing learning materials. Expanding access to remote and rural areas in Bolivia and Mongolia. Mongolia has introduced mobile schools to reach children who would otherwise not have regular access to primary education. 100 mobile schools have been providing educational services across 21 provinces. In Bolivia, a bilingual education program has been introduced for 3 of the most widely used indigenous languages. It covered 11% of primary schools in 2002, expanded access to education for indigenous children to remote areas.